Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2018. The album, Dad AF. Alright, let's get right into this video. I've actually thought a lot about what I wanted to say in this video. I took some notes. I had all the screenshots. I had all the receipts. And before I get into this video, I just want to say, I just went through and deleted all the receipts. You know, I have an opinion about this. And the way that I started on YouTube doing drama was that I would just watch videos, or I would watch it all go down, and then I would just sit down and I would just put out my opinion. I'm not going to throw out a bunch of receipts. I'm not going to, like come for a bunch of people today. I just have an opinion about this, so I'm going to tell you about that in just a second. And the opinion is about, what's been going on between Gabriel Zamora and Laura Lee and Jeffree Star and all of this stuff. So I'm going to break that down for you in just a second. But before I get into that, I want to talk about something that happened last night. Now, a week ago, I made a video about Elijah Daniel. And the video was about the fact that he had tricked the Westboro Baptist Church into kind of indirectly supporting him, right, on Twitter. And I said in there that these are people that thrive off of attention. And so indirectly what you're doing is you're giving them the attention they crave. So you're helping them build their platform. If you watch the whole video, at the end of the video, what I said was, I think that people find you very inspiring and motivating. You have a powerful platform. Please use it for good. So the response that I got from that, apparently Elijah watched my video, and he said, "You don't know the history of the Westboro Baptist Church, Elijah," in quotes, that's me. "LMFAO, shut the fuck up, Peter Monn. I know my history. I named my album after a church and belief that plagued my childhood and made me feel like being gay was evil. The only tea you have is bitter and cold." Well, I guess you read me. But that's the importance in watching an entire Peter Monn video, because I often, at the very end, I build up the videos, and at the very end, that's where the true lesson is. And the lesson that I was saying in that video was that, Elijah, you have a strong platform, okay? You inspire and you motivate a lot of people. I was actually giving you accolades. I was actually complimenting you. It wasn't me saying negative things about you. I was trying to educate you on my experience, having witnessed this church for over 40 years of my life now. So, I have no issues with Elijah. I don't know why he felt the need to come out. But what was interesting about this was when I read the Twitter thread, quite a few of you underneath there were supporting me, and I really appreciate that, and in a very nice way. And we're saying, hey, listen, like Peter talks about remaining teachable, and go talk to him about this if you have issues. I would talk to Elijah tomorrow, or not talk to him. I don't care. I have no issues with Elijah Daniel. I think people think that I don't like him. That's not the case. I think we see things very differently. And I think that's where it's important to have discussions and not just shut people down and say, shut the fuck up. In my life, I've learned that when you tell someone to shut the fuck up, they stop listening. But, I'm always open to having conversations about things and seeing other people's points of view. I think we all should. By the way, to the kid underneath there that took a tweet that I put out yesterday saying, "Due to production problems, my album, Dad AF, won't be out till the beginning of the year." He thought I was serious about that. Okay, so that was a joke. That was funny. Ha ha, see? Anyway, so let's get on to the next thing. I have no issues with Elijah Daniel. I don't really ever have any kind of negativity or issues with any of the people that I talk about. I don't dislike any of these people. I would totally be open to have a conversation with them or their parents or anybody about it, when I say things in videos, I stand behind them, and if somebody shows me a different side and I go, wow, I didn't see it that way, I was wrong, I have no problem admitting that, and that's why I truly believe in remaining teachable. So let's talk about what happened, okay? And I'm going to kind of break it down really quickly. So Jeffree Star, has been accused for quite some time of being racist. We've talked about it in many, many videos. And, other drama channels, I've talked about it. I've addressed it. He addressed it with Shane Dawson in his 5-part series that he did. And on the heels of that, while Gabriel Zamora, Nikita Dragon, Manny MUA, and Laura Lee were on a sponsorship paid by NARS Cosmetics trip to Ibiza, Spain. I guess I mispronounced that the other day. I'm sorry. They took a picture where they were flipping somebody off, and they said that Gabriel tweeted out and said, "The bitch is bitter because we got it better than her," or something like that. I don't know. And deleted it. Now, I've heard a rumor that it was possibly NARS that asked him to remove it. I've also heard a rumor that it was Manny that asked him to remove the tweet. I don't know. Maybe he just knew he should remove the tweet. But he removed the tweet and then tweeted out several hours later, imagine standing a racist, I could never. Well, this incited this entire thing, okay, on Twitter, where it just, you guys, it went crazy, okay? People were witch hunting Gabriel and all of these past tweets of his, and then they were witch hunting Laura Lee, and it just got completely out of control, okay? And you guys all know what's happened as a result of that, and I'm not gonna get into all of that, but what I do wanna say is that it makes me really, really sad. Like, this is the condition now of the beauty influencer community. And when I started doing YouTube drama videos, September 1st of 2016, you know, we joked that these were like the mean girls of the beauty influencer community. You know, Laura Lee and Jaclyn Hill and Jeffrey and Manny, and they all got along. Nikki Tutorials and, you know, everybody, they all got along. And what's interesting to me is that this whole community now has separated. In a video that I put out, I think sometime last week, I predicted this. I said, and no, I'm not a psychic, but I said in there, you're gonna start seeing these, or we're gonna start seeing this separation between these friends, right? Out of business, because their business, their coin is more important, and maybe it should be, I don't know, is more important to them. I mean, some of these people have built careers on YouTube and in the beauty industry for 5-10 years, you know, is more important to them than these friendships. And I think that's what we're gonna start seeing is, and probably like the Laura Lees, okay, are gonna step aside and say, I cannot be associated with this anymore. Like, my career is more important to me than me being seen with Gabriel Zamora in the story, you know? Like, I think that's what we're gonna start seeing. And so you're gonna start seeing this breakaway between these friend groups at the expense that people can't get along. And what they want to do is they want to throw all of these allegations around, a lot of them based in racism, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. And so, you know, and there's all of these people looking for tweets. I mean, I have been sent today, you guys, I don't know how many tweets, how many direct messages, you know, people are speculating about this, about that. It's just like all of it. And, you know, like, it's craziness, right? And so I'm looking at all of this and I'm thinking, okay, sit back. Like, what would you recommend? Because let me tell you, somebody tweeted it to Ipsy, who, you know, Ipsy is a huge sponsor for Gabriel Zamora and a lot of these people, right? And tweeted them the tweet, and Ipsy responded to it and said, thank you for sending us this tweet, it's inappropriate, and we're gonna take care of it. Well, what does that mean? Because people are saying, we're not gonna support your brand anymore if you're supporting these people. Well, if that's the case, they were on a NARS paid trip when all this happened. And I know the question is, why are Manny and Laura and Nikita kind of like at blame in this? And maybe they're not, I don't know. I think it depends on your perspective. But you know, like, I think when you are in a picture with other people, unless they had absolutely no idea that he was going to tweet that out whatsoever, then they have no part of that, right? And maybe the whole thing was a joke on the Kardashians because they had done like a picture like that. Who knows, right? Like, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. But if it was that they were sitting there having this conversation, like I said yesterday, you know, then on the heels of that, it's like, you know, like, why is NARS supporting this? And then if NARS is going to say we don't support this, then is like Morphe not going to support this? Because when you look at Jeffree Star just got Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Sure, he gets a lot of PR from people, but you think that he can't buy his own products? I mean, any of these people can buy their own products, right? But they're getting sponsorships. This is how they make their money, is through affiliate codes and sponsorships. Like a year and a half ago, I did a video talking about like how much like Nikki Tutorials makes off of sponsorships. Like I just did an estimate. And it was interesting to me, like on the video, so many people commented like, you really lowballed this. Like you had no idea like how much these people really truly make off of affiliate links and things like that. And so, you know, when you look at that, like these people are truly, they're not living off their AdSense money. They are living off of their brand sponsorships, their, you know, their collaborations with Morphe and people like that. So, you know, that is important to them. So now this behavior is affecting their professional life. Does that make sense? And it makes me really sad. And what really makes me sad about all of this is, you know, this is honestly where my point of view comes from. Enough is enough, okay? Like this has been going on now. I mean, what are we gonna do? Just attack, 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 attack. When does it stop, okay? When do these beauty influencers sit down and say, okay, we have fought long enough. Not only are we affecting ourselves, not only are we affecting our business, but we are affecting the viewers and we are affecting the people that love our channels. I talked about this when I did, you know, this drama video where I talked about past drama, and in there I addressed, you know, like people were asking about my friendship with Rich Lux. And, you know, when we started talking again, one of the things we talked about was there was no reason for us to disagree, because really the people that liked both of us were really the ones suffering You guys should never suffer at the expense of your love for a YouTuber or a beauty influencer out there. Period. End of story, because of infighting going on. That should never happen, right? So it's time for these beauty influencers to clean up their messes and start getting along. But when we are talking about all of these tweets, right, and we're talking about like racial issues that are coming out of this and people making, racial allegations or, all that kind of stuff, I want to read you this message that I got last night. And it was very, very nice. It's from Cute Blue Jay. Hey, how are you doing? Cute Blue Jay on Instagram, and she sent me this very, very lengthy message that I'm going to send to you. And I'm not going to read it to you just because she's like, oh, Peter, you're so great. No, and I don't necessarily even agree with some of the things that she says at the beginning about. She said, thank you so much for representing the African American community. I don't know that is not my role. I don't take responsibility for that. I don't know that I've ever done a good job of that. I just try to be considerate of other people and their feelings. But I do think that what she had to say in this was very, very interesting. And I think it goes above and beyond this. Like the other day, Jaclyn Hill made an inconsiderate comment, and I don't think she meant to, but she was talking about like not being able to find the right size of clothes at Victoria's Secret. And, like she said they only had extra small, and now she understands what it's like to be a plus size girl. And I'm like, seriously? Okay. Go into a store, like Kohl's, and they don't have your size ever. Okay, that's my experience. Or anywhere that you shop, they don't have your size, right? And it's just a struggle, and you don't even want to shop for clothes ever because of that. The best you could do is a 2XL at Target. Like, let's be for real. Or you go to a restaurant, and they say to you, something to the effect of, like, you ask for more cheese on a cheeseburger, and they go, more cheese? You know what I mean? Or, like all these other allegations about Laura Lee that she's like fat shamed in the past. And when does this stop? Like, when do we stop just like coming at people from all directions, And it's like, listen, I'm kind of tired of flipping my fans in videos because I feel like they're distracting, but I'm hot. I was sitting there last night and I was kind of like taking these notes, right? About living your good life and all this kind of stuff. And let me read to you what I said in my notes last night. I said in there, this isn't about money, brand sponsorships, who has the most clout, and who has the most YouTube subs and views and Instagram followers and likes. Someone said on my video that living your best life has nothing to do with money, and I absolutely agree. Living your best life is trying to be the best version of yourself you can possibly be, being grateful for what you have, and not bringing harm to others. And I think that's really at the core of all of this, And so I'm sitting there and I'm taking notes and I'm really thinking about what I'm wanting to say. And, I could get on here and I could make some just, scathing tea video and talk about all that's going on and what people are doing and what they're tweeting and what they're doing on Twitter, all this kind of stuff. But like, enough is enough already, right? And here's my question to you out there watching all this going on, because this was the question I had to ask myself. Have I ever been above hurting somebody? Have I ever been above saying something cruel to somebody? Alone, to my best friend, or to that person's face? No, I've hurt people's feelings. Am I above saying things that aren't appropriate? No, I'm not. I have in the past, We've all, I think, made inappropriate jokes at one time or another. We've all said inappropriate things. We've all said offensive, hurtful, derogatory things to people in the past. I think at least once in everybody's life, we've said something we probably shouldn't have. And if you haven't ever been that person, you've never made one derogatory statement, one oppressive, offensive statement to anybody, even just to your best friend in jest alone, or in whatever, just thinking it in your head, then you are a much better person than I am. Because my life has been this constant of trying to be a better person and a better version of myself. And I don't say I want to be a better version of myself, I remain teachable because I'm up here and I have it all figured out. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. The reason why I say that is because I have to continue to grow, because there was a time when I wasn't a very nice person. There was a time when I put things out there into the world that weren't very kind and compassionate. There was a time that I put those things out there into the world that hurt other people. And I don't want to be that person today, see? And so for me, if I want other people to look at me differently and say, wow, he's changed, then I have to allow other people to change as well. The beauty industry, okay, what amazes me about all of this is that the beauty industry is not just about beauty on the outside, but it is also about beauty on the inside. And I do not know that I feel that these people right now are very good representatives of what is going on, the bitter bunch. And I think it's time to clean up their mess. Not to hide from it, but to clean up their mess and to, talk about what's going on with each other. They don't even have to talk to us about it. They don't owe us any explanation whatsoever. None. But work it out, because we don't want to see you guys fighting anymore. We want to love our beauty influencers, or what will happen is you will lose the brand sponsorships, people will stop watching your channels, and new beauty influencers will rise to the top and take over. Because people are already kind of getting tired of the same old with all of your videos. So if you can't work things out, and you're arrogant and you're cocky, and you just become messy, people aren't going to want to continue to watch that. I received this message last night, and I wanted to read this to you guys because I think it's really important when we're talking about all of these statements that are put out there about racism and what is kind of lost in all of that. And so I got this message from Blue, cute Blue Jay. Here she is. Love her so much. Okay. And she said, "Hey, Peter Monn, on behalf of being a black woman and hearing this nonsense in the beauty and YouTube community, I just want to say thank you so much for representing the black community respectfully and responsibly. I am extremely distraught and upset with all of the disputes in the beauty community dealing with racism. It's sad that people will always bring up racism when it affects them or makes them look good in a positive light. It basically means that nobody really cares about the issue at hand, but they only care about what they can gain from it. They don't understand how much those words tear us down, but then to hear them use the same words years before and never apologize for it until now, when someone showed receipts, is complete hypocrisy. Which just goes to show that they don't really care about the issue at hand. They are starting to use social injustice to make them look better and feel better about all the negativity that they brought about themselves on social media. That is not being socially aware. That is digging to the lowest point of someone's career where they feel they need to bash someone and consider that standing up for what they believe in. When in reality, they couldn't give a fuck about the issue. If they really cared about the issue, they would put that money where their mouth is and start to donate, or at least to promote black businesses so they can actually gain some positivity out of this nonsense. At the end of the day, the more the people continue to argue about things that they will never feel, the more that their opinion does not matter. And in fact, it never will. The only ones that will matter are other people that are actually affected by it. I'm disgusted by some of the nonsense in the beauty community. It's got to end. Use your power to promote peace, not to stand up against people you once put down. Love you, Peter. Your newest video was amazing. So thank you so much. I'm getting like tears in my eyes just like reading that, because at what point do we just fight negativity with negativity? When do we start using positivity to lift up one another? Is it the time to say, can we forgive each other and move forward? We broke up as friends. Things went bad. It makes me very, very sad, because in my life, I have learned that people come and people go, but people are still important to you. You can lose the friendship that you look back on and you're sitting at a dinner table telling a story about this one time with this ex-friend of yours. It makes me sad. I wish these people could work things out. I wish these people would stop, coming at each other and all this kind of stuff. And I think as people that watch the videos, I'm not saying that we give them a free pass. I'm not saying that we forgive them easily. I'm not saying that we forget the things that they've done. All I'm asking is that we put ourselves in their shoes, okay? Much like I learned in the book To Kill a Mockingbird, like I mentioned yesterday, that we don't truly understand somebody until we walk around in their shoes. I'm not above having done hurtful things to people in the past, What I am not above, okay, or what is remaining teachable. I do need to do that on a daily basis. I do need to continue to be a better version of myself, because then I win and other people win as well around me, because other people benefit from my improved behavior. And that's all I'm asking from these people. And if you don't want the spot, if you don't want to become a better person and show that you're not that person today by messy pictures on a trip or by mean comments that you're tweeting out to people, if you don't want that spot, someone else will take it. Because there are people out there that are kind, caring, compassionate, and don't really want anything more than to have people view their talent on YouTube and on Instagram. I think the beauty community is at a core about to change drastically. I think we are going to start seeing a lot of like people, you know, being individuals and not so much these friend groups within the beauty community. I think we're going to start seeing other people rise to the top within the beauty community and be taken very, very seriously. I think those people will be relatable. I don't think all of them will carry Birkins and go on amazing trips around the world. I think these people will be the people that are relatable and come from many different diverse backgrounds. I think it's time, and I think it's welcomed. I love you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about all of that. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.